Hello students, we are dealing with the chapter measurement of national income, and in the last video lesson I have already discussed about the different components of factor income. So, in continuation with that portion, today I am going to discuss the steps of income method. Okay, I will see the steps of income method, then what are the precautions we should take, and later on we will solve some numericals over here. Okay, so let us start with steps of income method. Now, the first of all means the first step that you have to follow, that is you have to identify and classify the production unit by primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. That is, you have to segregate all the sectors into three sectors, that is primary, secondary and tertiary. You know all these three types of sectors are there in the economy. So, first you categorize this, then you have to estimate the factor income paid by all these three sectors. Okay, means what is the factor income in primary, what is the factor income in secondary sector and the tertiary sector separately. Okay, once you calculate all this factor income, then you can calculate domestic income, that is net domestic product at factor cost, that is NDP at FC. In short, we can call it as NDP at FC. Okay. So, what will be the formula for that? NDP at FC will be equals to what? COE, that is compensation of employees, plus operating surplus, that is OS, plus MI, that is mixed income. Okay. That means all these three sectors will be means income of these all these three sector once we will get, then we can add all this factor income. Okay, COE, OS and MI. In the last class I told you about this. Now, NDP at FC equals to, also you can write in this way, COE plus operating surplus can be divided into all these four parts, that is rent and royalty and interest and profit. Okay. So, in place of operating surplus, if the operating surplus is directly not given, what you can do, you can add all the components of this operating surplus, that is rent and royalty plus interest plus profit. Okay. And along with that you have to add mixed income if there is any mixed income. Now, once you get this NDP at FC, now you can estimate net factor income from abroad, that is NFIA, okay, to arrive at national income. So, once you estimate the NFIA, then just add it with these NDP at FC. Okay. Now, then you will get what? NNP at FC, and this NNP at FC is nothing but national income, that is NI. Clear? So, national income we can get through what? First, for to get the national income, first of all we have to calculate the NDP at FC, then we can add NFIA, that is net factor income from abroad, with that NDP at FC, then we will get the net national product at factor cost. Clear? So, these are the simple steps we have to follow. Now, let us see what are the precautions we have to follow. Okay. Transfer incomes are not included in the national income. You know, the transfer income is what? The income where means no service is provided or goods, there is no exchange of goods or service. Okay, means like a donation. If a country donates another country during that country's problem or crisis, or maybe someone donating something to other person. So, like this type of income will not comes under, means transfer included under the national income. See, be it income method, be it value added method, or maybe it is expenditure method, whatever method is that, we never include this transfer income. Okay. So, that thing you need to remember always. Okay. Second thing is what? Second thing which you need to keep in your mind, that is income from sale of second hand goods. This point I have mentioned in the precautions we should follow in the value added method also. Okay. So, here we have to keep in mind that any sale of second hand good will not be included into the this national income accounting. Okay. Because why we should not include this? Because this second hand product, when it was sold, means maybe few years ago or few days, few months ago, when it has been sold, it was means considered at that time. Already the price of that item has been considered in that year's national income. So, if we consider the price of that second hand item, means when the person selling it for the second time to other person after using that product, then that price should not be included. Okay. If you include it, there will be a problem of double counting. Clear? Now, the third point that you need to remember during this income method, that is income from sale of shares, bonds and debentures will not be included. Why? Because these are the same, there is the same thing, these shares, debentures, bonds, means lot of times, every seconds, every minutes, there is a exchange of the shares, bonds and all. Someone is purchasing, someone is selling and all. So, again, if you consider these shares, debentures or bonds, means the selling price of this, means you will be means estimating some wrong info, means thing, because maybe it is being sold for the second time or maybe third time or maybe 20th time also. Okay. So, this type of things we should not include. Next, windfall gains are not included in national income. What is this windfall gains? Means the lottery tickets, you can say, means suppose you purchased a lottery ticket with 10 rupees and you own the first prize, there is 1 crore rupees. So, from where did this 1 crore has come? You did not give any kind of service or any kind of goods for that, actually you did not sell anything for that. So, it is a windfall, actually suddenly you got that thing. So, there is no service has been exchanged or any goods or commodity has been exchanged. So, this type of windfall gains should not be included under the national income. Clear? Next thing, that is the fifth thing that you have to keep in mind, that is payments out of past savings are not included in national income. Why this is so? Savings is what? You are saving means whatever is your income, if you are able to keep some money aside, means without spending some money, if you can save, that is your savings actually. So, that savings done in a different year probably, and if you consider that saving for today's purchase, means if you use it, you can use it, but already that saving has been considered in the previous year's account. Why? Because this is the income, this is the, means it has been already included, this saving is not your income. Last year, suppose you have saved 1000 rupees. So, that 1000 rupees you saved from what? Suppose your income was, last year your income was 5000 and you saved 1000 from that. So, that 1000 already has been included in the income of the last year, na? So, you are actually using last year's income in this year. That is all. So, this is not a new income, this is this 1000 you did not get in this year actually. It is not an additional one. You saved it in the last year and today or this year you are using it. Clear? So, this payment out of this past saving should not be included in the national income. Next, indirect taxes are not included in the national income. We know indirect tax we are not including. Okay. Then imputed value of services provided by owners of production units will be included in the national income. Imputed value of the services means, suppose a person doing his or her business at his own land or at his own place actually. So, the imputed value of that house actually, the whatever rent, if he or she is doing it in others place, others house actually, he or she needs to pay some rent. So, that rent probably he or she is not spending now, but we have to calculate or we have to consider that imputed value, because that person is using his or her house actually, or maybe the land for that production activity. So, we have to consider the imputed value, that type of imputed services we should consider. Okay. Or you can say the person, the business person is managing the whole economy and whole thing actually. So, that thing means for that also he should get or she should get any salary or like that. So, that kind of service which is offered by the owner himself or herself, that services should be, imputed value of that services should be taken, or we should include that thing. Okay. Now, these are the precautions. Now, moving up to the numericals, I will solve, means I will show you two numericals, okay, two examples. See here, this table is given, okay, some particulars are given and their costs are given. We need to calculate what? GNP at MP from the following data. Now, how we can calculate? Let us see. Here, see, compensation of employees is given, this is COE, mixed income is given, but operating surplus is not given separately. So, what we need to do first of all, we have to find out operating surplus. So, how we can calculate? OS equals to rent plus dividend plus savings of private, means whatever components we are having of operating surplus, we have to add that thing. Here royalty is not given, so we should consider it as 0. Okay. So, rent, dividend and savings of private sector is given. So, we have to include that only. So, if we this savings of the private sector as well as interest is also given. So, we have to add interest as well. So, putting the value of rent, dividend and savings of the private corporate sector and interest, what we will get? Operating surplus is equals to 2100 rupees in crores. Okay. Now, we got this operating surplus. Now, the second step, in the second step what we have to do? We have to calculate domestic income, that is NDP at FC. And this step I told you what is the formula for measuring these steps, that is COE plus operating surplus plus MI, that is mixed income. Okay. So, COE is given already, that is 100, operating surplus we have just calculated, that is 2100 and MI is 200. Okay. So, altogether we got 2400 rupees in crores. Now, we can convert it into GNP at MP, because we do not need to convert it into NNP at FC, because we do not have to find out the national income, we have to find out what? GNP at MP. If it is given that find out national income, then you should have convert this NDP at FC into NNP at FC. So, here we know GNP at MP is equals to what? NDP at FC. So, this is net, we have to convert it into gross. So, we are adding depreciation with it. Then it is domestic product is given, actually this is domestic income. So, we have to convert it into national product. So, we are adding this NFIA with that, and last of all here factor cost is given. Okay. So, we have to convert it into market price. So, we are adding NIT with that, net indirect tax with that, and see the values of all these factors are given actually. So, putting the values of all these factors actually or components, what we will get? GNP at MP is equals to 3680 rupees in crores. So in this way you have to calculate. If it is given that you have to calculate national income, then you find out NNP at FC. If you have to calculate suppose GDP at MP, so convert that NDP at FC into GDP at MP. Means first of all you just find out NDP at FC and then you convert it into the aggregate whatever is given actually, or in the question they asked for actually. This is the second example. Okay, see again some particulars are given, particulars are given here. Okay, compensation of employees, rent, wages and salaries, net export, all these things are given. What we have to do, we have to calculate the national income here, that is NNP at FC we have to calculate. So first of all, will again calculate operating surplus, because operating surplus is not given separately. So here rent is given, profit is given and interest is given, means the data is given here. So operating surplus we can easily calculate by adding rent, profit and interest, and this operating surplus is become 600 rupees in crores. Okay. Next, we have to calculate what? NDP at FC, that is equals to COE plus operating surplus plus MI, that is mixed income. We are putting this value. See, MI is not given in this table. MI is not given, so we have considered it as 0. Okay, operating surplus we have just calculated as 600, and compensation of employees is given as 800. Now you can say, ma'am, wages and salaries are also given. So why will not give means add this? Because this wages and salaries is a part of compensation of employees now. So it is already included here. This one has given to make you confused actually. Okay, if the COE is already given, no need to calculate or add this wages and salaries separately. Clear? So putting this all this value, we get NDP at FC equals to 1400 crores. Now we have to convert it into national income or NNP at FC. So with NDP at FC we have to simply add NFIA, that is net factor income from abroad, then we can get this national income. So 1400 plus minus 20, because net factor income from abroad is in the negative form, so we have to write this negative. So this is the value of national income, that is 1380 crores. Okay, so see the net export is given, means some extra data is given to make you confused. Okay, so don't get confused with all the data and all. See just what you have to find out and what are the data is given and which formula is required. Okay, so in the accordingly you just proceed. Clear? So that is all for today's class. In the next class we'll start the in the next video lesson rather, we'll start the expenditure method. Okay, for the time being, thank you students.